Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the full moon that's going to be occurring on August 1st. And remember, I am talking about the sidereal Vedic placements, not the tropical westerns. So what am I talking about? That this full moon is going to be in Capricorn at 15 degrees, and it is going to sit in the nakshatra called Shravana. And before I explain what that means, I want to remind everyone to sign up for my free newsletter. In that, you will get all of my predictions delivered to your email address every week. So don't miss out on that. Go to galacticcenter.org, sign up for it while you're at my website. Remember to check out all the classes, the shooting stars, if you want to be part of a community for spiritual growth, as well as my magazine, which is Joni Patry's Astrology Insights. It's an amazing monthly magazine. We interview some of the most interesting people, and it is a wealth of information. So there's many things that you can find, readings and everything on my website. So check it out. Let's talk about this moon being in the nakshatra Shravana. Shravana's symbol is an ear. And of course, that deals with learning and listening. So this is when the moon is full, is when the sun and the moon are in exact opposition to each other. Of course, the moon illuminates the darkness of the sky, bringing awareness to all of us. And with this moon being in the nakshatra of learning, remember, the only way we do learn is when we listen. When we try to do all the talking, you're not going to learn anything. So please be a listener and open and hear what's coming to you. You're going to benefit greatly, especially around the time of this full moon. Now, this full moon is very interesting because really it sits where Jupiter is at basically the midpoint between this sun and moon. So this is a positive. Jupiter is the planet of opportunities, and a lot is about to change, but this Jupiter does give a little positive note about things, that things are on the mend and they can improve, even though we have so many other things that we're concerned about. Looking at this full moon, I noticed that there is a stellium of planets that actually go to the 8th house. And the 8th house from the moon, in this case, we find that we're going to have Mars, we still have Venus, and Mercury, and they're all in Leo. And Leo is the sign that deals with self-expression. And so for all those planets to be in the 8th house from the moon, this means there's some deep things being stirred up from the bottom of the pot that are coming up that are going to be exposed, especially when Mercury does go retrograde, which Mercury is going to go retrograde not till the end of August, but it's going to bring up a lot of things that we didn't know about, especially in the field of entertainment. But going back to this moon, I know all these planets go 8th from the moon, so that deals with much that's going to be uncovered always. You know, we're just coming up to another level, another layer, another onion peel, in other words, that we're finding out. But this moon is in Capricorn. Capricorn is the sign of government. So this is shedding light, the full moon, in the area of government and leaders around the world. This is Capricorn. And the moon that previously, before this full moon, about a day or two before, it crossed over Pluto. And Pluto is the planet of major change and transformation. So we're looking at major changes that are occurring involving our governments. That's what this full moon's about. but through listening and hearing things out, we will get valuable information that can help us come up with solutions. The sun at this time sits at 15 degrees of Cancer, and it's in the nakshatra called Pusha. So Cancer is a sign of protection, security, and high degree of sensitivity and emotions. So the moon being in the very earthy sign of Capricorn, dealing with government, dealing with jobs, dealing with the work ethic in the world. It deals with how we make our money, right? Our career, our jobs. This is what's coming about. And there's being a lot of concern about this. So in other words, what the concern is about this is, are we going to have our jobs? Are there going to be robots taking over our jobs? There's a lot that needs to be worked out. We're right on the cutting edge of the brink of a huge change. And we don't know how this change is going to really turn out, but we have got to really be careful with what we're doing with future prospects. A lot is coming out, especially about the finances and government and how they're going to handle jobs. That's what this full moon is shedding light on. And a lot of talk and a lot of work around this is going to transpire. So I feel like so much is being done in terms of keeping the economy going, where people have jobs, they make enough money to provide and give a sense of security to their families. And this involves everyone around the world. And I think with Jupiter being at the midpoint of this full moon, a lot of constructive talk is coming about to help change things, to make things right with everyone, so that we do operate in a fair, free world where everything is working. So there is a lot of good that will come out of this full moon, and especially with all those planets being in the 8th house from the moon, some deep, dark stuff needs to be explored, and even a lot of research is coming about that will help this planet. And I know AI has been talked about so much, about computers taking over people's jobs, and will computers be able to take over humans? A computer doesn't have a soul, so I'm not too concerned about that. But it will take over a lot of jobs, so a lot of new jobs need to be created that computers cannot fulfill. So, or maybe that somehow a lot of solutions will be worked on and talked about during this time. And there is a lot of work that needs to be done during this time with this full moon, especially in the healing of government affairs around the world. Because there is only one time during the year that the full moon is in Capricorn, and it is this time of year. And a lot of work is being done to clean up and get things right within all of our governments, and how we will work with the future. And we can't, in other words, stay in the past and doing things the old way. We got to be progressive, and we got to listen and learn about all the new things that will make this world a better place to live. So I have a good feel about this full moon. Take advantage of it while you can. So with that, I think I'll close. And once again, remember, if you want to learn more about me, you can always go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org. Thank you.